Hi everyone, my name is Karen, this is my channel RatherBeReading, and today I'm bringing to you a reading vlog. Hi guys, it is 5:37 p.m. on Thursday the 17th of May. Welcome to a new reading vlog. I'm home from work, so carrying on from last night, from the last day of the last vlog, I didn't end up getting anything read last night, so I didn't get home from soccer training until almost 10, and then literally I ate a cookie and went to bed because I'm an adult, like truly an adult. And then this morning I woke up with a head cold, so things gone great. And then I didn't read anything last night. I also didn't get anywhere near as much reading done today, like physical reading, as I would have liked. So I am still reading Six of Crows. So like I said, I didn't read anything, so I was on like page 257 or something, and then I read just under 100 pages today. So I'm on page 349, so I'm this bit here. I've still got to read. When I've read just over 100 pages, about 120 pages to go, so I'm still really hoping that I can get this read tonight, because I really want to finish it, because I'm really, really enjoying it, and I want to know how things are going to finish up. I did also start a new audiobook today, so nothing had come in, so I did go to the just available now section, and I ended up starting Second Star to the Right by Mary Alice Monroe. This is a adult fiction, like literary, I don't even really know what you would categorize this as. It's basically about a woman who is American, and she's recently taken a job over in the UK. She's a single mother with 2 young children, and they end up moving into finding a flat in this woman's house. So it's basically like a house that used to be like a really big, huge, like stately home that this woman has converted into 3 flats. And the woman living on the upstairs floor, who's very elderly, I think she's in like her 90s, who owns the home, believes that she is Peter Pan's Wendy. And so it just kind of goes from there. So like I said, I'm listening to this on audio. I am 58% of the way through, so over halfway. And this is actually narrated on audio by the author herself, who is American. I looked it up. She lives in America, was born in America. I'm not saying she hasn't traveled to the UK. I'm sure she probably has. But I find, and I'm no expert, but I find the English accents to be, I don't even know how to describe it, like inauthentic. And I'm not a great judge. And like they're kind of cheesy. Like how it would sound if I just like tried to put on like different English accents. And I do appreciate that she's trying to do different English accents like for like different characters, but it just doesn't like work that well for me. I'm like not really buying it. And it is actually taking me out of the story quite often, because I'll be like listening and then I'll think, what is this accent? So yeah, that's a thing. But it is like, it's nothing groundbreaking, nothing fantastic, but like reasonably enjoyable. Would probably be like a 3-star at this point, but we'll see how we go, how it finishes up. Yeah, that's about it. Those are the 2 books that I'm currently reading. I will definitely be able to get that audiobook finished tomorrow, finish off the last of that on the Friday tomorrow, and I'm hoping to definitely get this finished tonight and then have started on something new, so I'll be able to talk to you about my final thoughts on this and let you know what I'm reading following on from this when I get home from work tomorrow. Yeah, that is it. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 19 minutes past 10. It's still Thursday the 17th of May. I thought I would give you guys another like in the moment update, because I literally just finished Six of Crows. Holy crap. It was really good. It literally really did live up to every, like, people rave about this book, and it really did live up to basically every expectation that I had. It was twisty, turny, like the like way it was all like interwoven was done really intricately, and like I didn't see things coming. I love all the characters. It's a fucking good book. It really, really is. I am so excited to read Crooked Kingdom. I have to take a little break from it. I'm going to be picking up one of my random Kindle books in between, but as soon as I'm done with that random Kindle book, I'm picking up Crooked Kingdom, and I'm so looking forward to it. It's definitely a 5-star read for me. I'm so, so excited to have finished it. I can't believe I waited this long to read it. It's so good. It's definitely worth the hype, and I hope the Crooked Kingdom can, like, if Crooked Kingdom is even kind of close to Six of Crows, it'll be pretty good, so I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, just thought I'd give you guys that little update, because I did just finish it and I was still sitting here on the couch, and I really, really need to go to bed, so I'm going to go now, and I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 11:38 a.m. on Saturday, the 19th of May. I'm just at the library. It's Saturday, so it's library day. I have a book to return. I also have at least one book to pick up, but I want to check because I had 2 others that were in transit. So I want to check whether they've come in. Otherwise, I won't be able to pick those up probably until next weekend. But in terms of a reading update, so I didn't end up updating you guys yesterday. I got home from work and I literally had about 8 minutes from when I walked in the door to feed the cat, get changed, and then go with my parents to my nephew's football game, because he was playing at like 6:10, and it was like a at least 30-minute drive to where he was playing. So I went to that, and then when I got home, I just basically ate dinner and like went to bed, and I just didn't end up doing an update. So I've got a bit to talk about because I haven't updated you in a while. So when was the last time I updated you? What day of the week? So on Thursday night, I updated you guys, gave you that little second clip, I believe, when I finished Six of Crows. And then I did even then still pick up my Kindle book, Throwaway by Heather Huffman. I read about 11% of that on Thursday night. I then continued on reading that yesterday, and I haven't read anything like today so far, but I am 73% of the way through Throwaway by Heather Huffman. So this is I don't even know like what genre, I guess kind of women's fiction. It's about a woman named Jessie who is a sex worker. She grew up in foster homes, never really knew her parents, grew up in foster homes her whole like childhood. You know, once she turned 18, is basically made to leave like the group home or whatever that she was living in, and has no money, no family, no one to go stay with, no one to help her. She ends up becoming a sex worker, and it's very, like, she's been a sex worker for a really long time. She's like in her early 30s, I believe, when this story is taking place. She's been a sex worker for a long time. She's got a pimp that she's had for a very, very long time, and she kind of gets involved with, there is a police officer who is following them kind of around because her pimp Spence has gotten involved in some like organized crime type of stuff, and she ends up basically forming a relationship with this police officer who is trying to, you know, do his job as a police officer. Not a great book. I have a lot of problems with it, like just a lot of, like, the storyline is frankly a bit ridiculous. It also has a lot of, you know, the typical coincidences where you go, of course that's happening, and also a lot of things where you go, like, where the character's not putting things together, and you're just like, this is so obvious, like, it's just so stupid that you wouldn't even be questioning this. Like, it's just, so it's not the greatest book I've ever read, but it's not super long. I said I'm basically 3/4 of the way through, so hopefully I can finish that off today. I did also finish yesterday, while I was at work, I finished the audiobook, Second Star to the Right by Mary Alice Monroe. This is the book where there's the old woman who thinks that she's Wendy from Peter Pan. I just didn't care about this book. I found Faye, who's the main character, the main woman, found her very hard to connect to and just relate to. I just didn't care. So I was going to kind of give it a 2.5. That's kind of where it was sitting for me. However, I did get a little emotional towards the very end of the book. So I bumped it to a 2.75 which means I can round it to a 3-star on Goodreads, because I just thought, like, I did kind of get that emotional connection to it right at the end there, but I don't know, and that's not necessarily a bad book. Like, I had some sense of whimsy about it, but I didn't love the narration. I didn't care about the characters. I just didn't care that much, basically. So that is it, I think, for the reading update. So this weekend, I said I've been out for coffee this morning. I'm at the library now. I don't have anything going on this afternoon, but I do have soccer tonight. Just a little bit annoying that it's tonight because the royal wedding is on tonight, So the forecast here in Australia, the broadcast starts at about 7 p.m. and that is the time when all of the guests and stuff are starting to arrive. And then I think the actual wedding's happening about 8:30. No, sorry, that's East Coast. So it's 6:30, I think the broadcast starts here, and then about 8:30 the wedding is actually on. And I really wanted to watch that, and I had plans with my friend Emma to be watching that, like, as it was happening, like, texting each other, because we're both really interested in the royals and the royal wedding. But my game is on, and my game is on at 6:15, so I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to watch some of it on my phone after my game is over, because the actual wedding part shouldn't have happened. I don't know that I'm going to get to see her arrive at the church, but I really do want to see her dress, and I don't love Meghan Markle, but I'm very interested in the wedding and all that type of thing, so that's a little bit disappointing that I'm not going to get to do what I wanted to for the royal wedding, but there's that. And then tomorrow, my niece has a game tomorrow at 9 a.m. and it's near the city, so that's like a 40 minute drive to get to that. So it'll be it. And then I think we're going to go to watch my brother's team play tomorrow. He's still injured, so he's not playing, but we just thought we'd go out and support the team, so we haven't been out to that in a couple of weeks. And that is it. Hopefully I can get the book Throwaway by Heather Huffman done today, this afternoon, so that I can move on to Crooked Kingdom, because I'm really excited to pick that up. So yeah, that is about it, I think, for this clip. Hopefully we'll be able to check in with you guys maybe tomorrow afternoon before we leave for my brother's game, because I think I'll have some time at home tomorrow between my niece's game and going to my brother's game. So hopefully I can give you guys an update then. Hopefully I will have started Crooked Kingdom by that stage. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it is 7:34 p.m. on Sunday, the 20th of May. I want to give you guys the latest reading update. So I haven't got anywhere near as much reading done this weekend as I would have liked. I didn't end up getting very much at all read yesterday. I didn't finish Throwaway by Heather Huffman in that, like, gap of time before my game, like I said I was going to. But I did end up finishing it. So I read a little bit of it when I got home from my game, but then I finished it today, this afternoon. Today I went to my niece's soccer game in the morning, and then I had some time at home before I went to watch my brother's team play, and I finished it then. So I didn't really like this book. I was originally going to give it just a 2-star, because basically for all the reasons that I kind of mentioned already, it was very coincidental, like a lot of, like, convenient coincidences in the plot. I didn't find it very realistic. I didn't think the writing was that great, all of those types of things. But when I was reading the author's note at the end, I've decided to bump the rating up to a 2.5-star rating, because I think that I really appreciate what the author was trying to do. So she talks about in the author note about how she really wanted to bring some awareness to the issues with youth being in foster care and in group homes and things like that, and then once they turn 18 just being kind of, like, you know, kicked out by the system, and that being such a big issue, and the kind of lifestyle that it can lead to, as in this book where it happens to the main character and she falls into being a sex worker because she has very little means, and it's very easy for her to be drawn in by a man who promises to take care of you and give you shelter and food and all of those types of things, and all you have to do is just have sex with a couple of guys, you know, and how easily that can spiral into, you know, that type of lifestyle. So I did really appreciate what the author was trying to do. I understand that the author works with a lot of charities around that, and so I did really appreciate that. So I decided to bump it up to a 2.5-star rating. So I finished that before I went to my brother's game. I then have been home for a couple of hours now, just having dinner and such. And I have started so excitingly, oh, my hand over the binder, I wasn't used to holding it with this hand, this is Crooked Kingdom. Yes, I'm so excited. So I haven't read that much of it yet. I'm going to change back to this hand because I feel like I do a better job holding it with this hand. I'm on page 50 exactly. This is like a more than 500 page book, so that's like what, like 10% of the way through. But it's only just after 7:30. I've got a couple of hours before I'll be going to bed. I'm not doing anything tonight, so I'll just be reading and watching booktube. It's literally my plans for tonight. And probably getting somewhat of an early night because back to work tomorrow. But yeah, I've only read 50 pages, so we're just kind of getting into like the next part of this story, which I can't really talk about without spoiling Six of Crows. But so far so good. Loving being back with all my little babies, the characters that I love. So yeah, that's it. I think I will talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. Hopefully I get a bit of reading time tomorrow and I can give you guys a really good update on Crooked Kingdom. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys. I do also, just in case you're interested, I do have a audiobook. I actually have 2 that have come in over the weekend, so I have audiobooks lined up to be listening to this week. So that is another good thing, but I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 5:35 p.m. on Monday, the 21st of May. I am just home from work, feeling tired, which is the usual, and all the usual things you feel when you come home from work. Relieved, you know, the usual. So, I have been continuing on with Crooked Kingdom. Last night I read about 50 pages. So I was on just over page 100 prior to today, and I am currently on page 265. So I'm basically bang on halfway through, which is exciting. I do have knitting tonight, so I don't know how much more I'm going to get read. Hopefully a little bit when I get home, because I'm really enjoying this. Oh, I just love all of the characters, and I love all of the like intricacies and stuff of all the like plans and missions and schemes and all of that type of thing. I'm really, really enjoying it. Shocker, I know. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying that. I also did start a new audiobook. So I am listening to Text Me When You Get Home, The Evolution and Triumph of Modern Female Friendship by Kayleen Schaefer. So this is a non-fiction book, and if you couldn't tell, it's right up my alley. It's talking all about female friendship. I am finding it, so how far through am I? I am 63% of the way through. I'm really, really, really enjoying it. Let's look into my notes. I feel like I've made a lot of notes on it already. I've written a lot in here. I find so much of it like super interesting. Like she talked about at the start about the progression of the portrayal of female friendships in media. Like how, for example, in like the late 80s, the popular movies of the time were like buddy cop films like Lethal Weapon and that type of thing. And like when the movie Beaches was made, how that was purely made because Bette Midler was such a star, and it's a movie that she wanted to happen. And because, you know, movies like that about female friendship were just not being made at that time, and like how revolutionary shows like The Golden Girls were and all that type of thing, that shows that really did focus on females and like the power of female friendship. I found all of that. I'm finding all of that stuff really, really interesting. She also talked a lot about the crappy things that girls do to each other, particularly, well, not only, but particularly like growing up, so like in like high school and that type of thing, and about how just like generally about the culture of females and female friendship, and how a lot of girls are made to feel, or just generally feel like they're competing with each other, and like what that can And it's very relatable because I have had a lot of crappy things done to me in friendships, and I know for a fact that I have done crappy things to other people. Like, I'm not it's not like I've purely been the victim. I look back on, and I'm sure we all do, some really, like, things that I look back on that I did in, like, particularly, like, my, like, early teens, in, like, early high school, that I'm not proud of. Like, I definitely have partaken in shaming other, like, bitching about other girls and making other girls feel like crap. And the reasons that we do these things, for the most part, is to ingratiate ourselves with other girls that we want to like us, and the culture of that. It's all very, very interesting. What else have I written here? Oh, and just generally about how much she talks about how important female friendships can be, and about how they can be just as important and, like, play such an important role in your life, just as important a role sometimes as, like, romantic relationships or family relationships, and how the loss of a friendship can be just as devastating as the loss of a relationship, or the loss of a relationship, like, with a loved one, and how even, like, how forming a new friendship is a little bit like falling in love, and all of that type of thing. And I'm finding it super, super relatable, and, like, super, super interesting. Yeah, so far I'm only 63% of the way through. I'll finish it off tomorrow, but I am really, really enjoying, it. Yeah, it's just, so far, I'd highly recommend it. So yeah, that is what I've been reading today. Like I said, I'm not sure how much I'm going to get read tonight, because I do have knitting group, but I will talk to you guys tomorrow when I get home from work, let you know how I'm getting in. Hopefully I've made a lot of progress. I will have finished. Hopefully text me when you get home, and hopefully I've made a lot of progress on Crooked Kingdom. So I will talk to you guys then. Bye, guys. Hello, it is 5:36 p.m. on Tuesday, the 22nd of May. Home from work, and I have reading to talk to you about. So today I finished the ebook for Text Me When You Get Home by Kayleen Schaefer. Really, really enjoyed it. I mentioned a lot of the things about it that I liked yesterday. And so there was some more stuff kind of mentioned in it, like in the part I listened to today, that I really loved, that she talked about how a lot of people talk about how you should marry your best friend. And she is talking in this about how that's not always, like, sure, that's great, and for some people that's great, but it's not always, like, a necessary thing, that it can be quite healthy for you to have a best friend outside of your romantic relationship. It's good for you because you have a support system outside of your romantic relationship, and it can also be good for your romantic partner in that you're not relying solely on them for kind of, not solely, but, like, you're not relying on them for so much of your emotional health. So, like, it can work both ways. I really liked kind of the commentary, just, like, I thought that was a really interesting fact. I also liked that it was really, she did, maybe not enough, but she did touch on different races and female friendship within different races, and even, like, the portrayal of that within the media, about how we've had so few movies and things that include women of colour, women of colour being friends with each other, not with white people. And so she talked a little bit about the Joy Luck Club, and how that was a group of Asian women, and she talked about the movie Waiting to Exhale, and how there really hasn't been a movie like that since, until Girls Trip, which came out recently, that there hadn't been a movie about black women and black women being friends with each other, and it being about, she talked about how the director of Girls Trip apparently talked about how she wanted that movie to be about black women just having fun, just being normal women having fun, and it not having to be about them being black and problems associated with that. So I really liked that she did touch on that a little bit as well. I said I really enjoyed this book. It has a lot of really bad ratings on Goodreads. A lot of people seem to find this book condescending in tone, because the author does talk about a lot, particularly at the start, about how she didn't have a lot of female friendships growing up, and, you know, mainly had male friends because you know, she didn't always relate well to women, and that she didn't have her first kind of female friendship, close female friendship, until she discovered a really close female friendship until she discovered a colleague who was also interested in some of the same things she were. And some people took that as really condescending, that she was like saying that women can't be interested in different things. And that's like if you took it that way, that's fine, that's your opinion. I didn't take it that way. I took it as her commentating on that women are, it's part of like the whole patriarchal world that we are raised to believe that women should be interested in specific things, and that because of that we don't always know that there are other women out there who aren't necessarily interested in the girly things, that there are women out there who are interested in beer and gaming and all of those types of things. And I didn't think that she was being condescending and saying that there aren't other women out there who are interested in that type of thing. It was a commentary on us being led to believe that, and so it can be quite eye-opening when you discover that there are other people who have similar interests to you, and how you can form a friendship through that, particularly if you've never met people who had similar interests to you. So I don't know, I didn't find it to be condescending, but like some people did, and it got it does have some really bad ratings, so I mean, so does every book. But yeah, I personally really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I am also still reading Crooked Kingdom, but I've made really good progress on this today, guys. So I was on page 284 last night, and I'm currently on, what page number exactly am I on? I am on page 481. So I got just under 200 pages read, and I've got just over 50 to go. I'm so excited. Now, I did originally want tonight to get a video uploaded because I'm so behind on my upload schedule, and I've had to I've had to reshuffle the whole upload schedule. But I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen now, so I'm going to be even further behind. Yay me, it's just going to be one of those months. But it's fine, because it's something I'm excited about. I am going to the movies tonight with my parents to see Deadpool 2. I'm really excited. It just came out this past week. And we didn't have a chance, time to go see it over the weekend. And so we're going tonight. My parents are picking me up at 7 o'clock. We're going to the 7:30 session. So I've got an hour and 20 minutes. So maybe I can get this finished before we go. Actually, I've got an hour and 20 minutes. I can get that video uploading. I really want to finish this. But yeah, I think I'm going to sacrifice finishing this before I go, because I will definitely finish this tonight. If I have to stay up and read the whole 50 pages when I get home from the movie, I will. Oh, what a great night. Deadpool 2 and finishing Crooked Kingdom. Does that not sound like a great night to you guys? But so yeah, I will definitely be finishing this tonight. Hopefully I'll still manage to get that video uploaded now that I've realized I have more time than I thought I did. So yeah, that's basically the reading update and my plans for tonight. I'll check in with you guys if I have time. If I finish it before I go, Winnie! If I finish it before I leave and I have time to update you guys, I will do that. If I don't get it finished until I go to bed, then I probably won't update you guys till tomorrow with my final thoughts on it. But I'm loving this so much. I think I'm enjoying this more than I enjoyed the first one. This has a 4.6 average rating on Goodreads, but I guess that makes sense because most people who would have continued onto this would have read and enjoyed Six of Crows, and if you enjoyed Six of Crows, you're most likely going to enjoy this as well. So I can see why it's got a high rating, but yeah, 4.6 is an amazing rating. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys at some point, either tonight or tomorrow, let you know my final thoughts on this. I do have another audiobook lined up that hopefully I'll be starting maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure. But yeah, I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 5:57 p.m. on Wednesday, the 23rd of May. Oh, I'm supposed to have soccer training tonight, but in case you couldn't tell, I'm already in my comfy clothes. And you get absolute crazy cat in the background. My sister pulled out from training tonight, and I already really wasn't feeling it. We actually don't have a game this weekend, and so I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna go. So, and also I was out last night really late, seeing Deadpool, which I really enjoyed. And yeah, so I just really felt like being at home tonight because I've been out the last 2 nights with knitting on Monday as well. This is my daily life. Wonderful. So yeah, I'm settled in for the night basically, but I did want to give you guys a reading update. So I never ended up getting to update you guys. I didn't finish Crooked Kingdom before I went to the movie. I read about a chapter or two before I went to the movie, but I did finish it last night before I went to bed. Crooked Kingdom! I really, really, really loved this. I don't even know what she's got. She's playing with something that she probably shouldn't, but I'll sort that out later. I really, really enjoyed this. I actually think I enjoyed this a little bit more even than Six of Crows overall. I loved everything about this, basically. I don't even know what else to say. I just really, really loved it. Loved all the characters, loved the plot, loved all the intricacies and intertwinings of everything. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. Highly recommend this duology. So that was that. I didn't start an audiobook today because I had quite a few podcast episodes to catch up on, so I was just catching up on those today. But I do have another audiobook lined up that I will be starting tomorrow. But I did pick up my next library book, which is Sleep Like a Baby by Charlene Harris. This is the 10th book, I think it is, in the Aurora Tea Garden mystery series. This is a cozy mystery series in which we follow a main character, Aurora Tea Garden, who basically lives in a really small town in Texas and just like stumbles across kind of these mysteries and murders and things quite often, you know, as you do. And they're like cozy mysteries, so they're pretty clean, like sexy things are like mentioned, but it's all like a very behind closed doors type situation, if you know what I mean. So they're pretty like clean, like fun, cozy mysteries. I read a lot of this today. It's a pretty short book. I'm on page 184. This is something like 260 pages. So I've only got 80 pages to go. I think I'm going to finish this tonight and end up finishing this in a day, which is really nice. And I think I'm going to move straight on to another library book, which I wouldn't normally do, but I have my library due dates are really catching up on me at the moment, so it would be great to knock out another one so that I can return 2 books to the library this weekend. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish this and then move on to another library book. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'm not sure if there's more than this coming out. So she wrote, I think this is book 10. So she wrote the first 8, if 10 is the correct number, in this series, and the 8th book was published quite a long time ago, like over 10 years ago, I think it was. There was a 10-year break, and then she started republishing, not republishing, but like publishing new books in the series, and so she published book 9, and this is the most recent release, book 10, and I'm not sure if there's going to be more coming out after this, or if this is the end, but it's the type of series that you can really just pick up and dip back into, because each mystery is pretty standalone. Like, you get Aurora's life, but I remember all the big key events. Like, they're not hard to remember. Like, you know, the big key things that are going on in her life, and it's pretty easy to catch back up on. So if there are more published in future, I'll just continue to pick them up whenever they kind of come out and I can get them from the library, because they're just easy, fun books to just pick up, like kind of whenever you're feeling in the mood for it, which for me is always, because I'm not a mood reader. But yeah, so I feel like I've been rambling and this clip has been so disjointed, but yeah, I am going to spend the night reading, watching BookTube, eating some delicious dinner, trying to keep this crazy cat under control, and I will talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow for another clip tomorrow. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys then. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is, what time is it? 5:53 p.m. on Thursday, the 24th of May. This is going to be the last day for this particular vlog. I'm filming this clip a little bit later because things took a little bit longer tonight when I got home, because, fun fact, I fell in the street on the way home after I got off the bus. I'm okay, obviously. It was just, you know when you fall and you're like, it's just like shocking that you fall, and I fell pretty hard. I actually tore the knee of my pants. My like best, most expensive work pants, which I literally just picked up yesterday from having the hem repaired, because they are my best, most expensive work pants and I didn't want to lose them. So I had the hem fixed, and I literally just picked them up yesterday and wore them for the first time since I got them back today, and I fell and now I've ripped the knee. So, oh, so annoying. Anyway, I am home and safe, but I thought I would give you guys, well, not but, I thought I would give you guys my reading update. So last night, I finished Sleep Like a Baby by Charlene Harris, the 10th book in the Aurora Teagarden series. This was okay, just okay, not my favourite in the series by far. In this series, you get a lot of the kind of minutiae of the main character, Rose's life, and you get that in all of them, but some books I really notice it more than others, and in this one I really noticed it. This book is only 260 pages, and for like literally the first 50 pages, it is all just the main character being really sick with the flu and trying to take care of a baby and trying to do both of those things, and literally just the details of all of that for 50 pages before anything happens, before you literally get to like the kickoff of the mystery. So very slow to get going in this one. I didn't love the mystery in this one either, so I still enjoyed it for what it is, but it's definitely not my favorite in the series, and I was a little bit disappointed because I had really enjoyed book 9, the book before this, but it was still okay, just not my favorite in the series. I gave this 3 stars. I then last night picked up Refuge for Masterminds by Kathleen Baldwin. This is the 3rd book in the Strange House series. I read about 50 pages of this as well last night, and I was really busy at work today. I had like one quieter day yesterday, and then I'm back to being busy, and I think things are going to be busy from now on for like a while. But so I didn't get very much read today. I am on page 155, so I got about 100 pages read, about, I don't know, like almost halfway, I would say, through this. I'm enjoying this for like what it is. This is the final book, so I'm looking forward to seeing how things wrap up. These books have just been like kind of not bad, but just okay, like 3.5 stars at the most. So about halfway through that. I did also start a new audiobook today, so I am listening to Little and Lion by Brandy Colbert. This is a YA contemporary that I've heard quite a bit about, not quite a bit about, but like I've heard about it on BookTube. It's like a recent-ish YA contemporary release. So this is about a girl named Suzette who has been away at boarding school for like the last year, and she's returning home to her family, and she was sent away basically because her brother, just to like help her family, because her brother was recently diagnosed with bipolar, and her parents just like, in order to help them cope, she went to boarding school for the year, and she's just kind of coming back. And her brother is struggling with his mental illness, we'll say, and Suzette is also struggling with her, not struggling, but she is discovering kind of, or trying to determine like what her sexuality is. Because while she was away at boarding school, she had a relationship with a girl, but she's also sexually attracted to guys, so she's trying to determine, is she bi, is she lesbian, is she straight, is she pansexual, is she any other type of thing. She's just trying to determine where she feels like she fits in to the sexuality spectrum. And then she starts to have feelings, her and her brother both basically have to start to have feelings for the same girl. That's basically the crux of the plot. This is one of those books that I really don't know how I feel about it, and I don't think I'm going to be able to really determine my feelings until it gets to the end and I can kind of judge it as a whole. I am 64% of the way through, so almost 2/3 of the way through, so I'll definitely be able to finish that off tomorrow. I will say that I'm loving the diversity in it. So Suzette is African American. She is part of a mixed, like a blended family. So there's her and her mother, and then her brother is actually like her stepbrother. And her and her mother are black, and her brother and her stepfather are white. So they're part of a blended family, like a blended mixed race family. They are Jewish. Obviously you've got the sexuality and mental health diversity. There is also a pansexual, and pansexually identified, like she identified as pansexual on the page, a side character. There is also a character with a hearing disability. There's a lot of diversity, so I'm really, really loving that. Also, Suzette is not your typical, no, I don't want to say typical, but like she has dreadlocks and a septum piercing, so I'm really loving that as well. So there is a lot that I'm really loving about kind of the diversity, but I just really can't, because it deals so heavily with sexuality and mental health, I really am not going to be able to determine how I feel about it, I think, until I get to the end and see how it finishes. Hi, baby. So, yeah, that is kind of my reading update. I will check in with you guys in a new vlog tomorrow. That is it for this vlog. There will be an outro after this. What do I have going on tonight? You may be interested. Nothing. I do want to get this vlog edited because I want to upload this tomorrow morning. And I haven't edited a single clip from this yet, so that is going to be a time suck, basically. But yeah, that's my plans for tonight. That's my reading update. I will talk to you guys again very soon in the next vlog, like I already said, and roll the outro. Bye, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed my most recent reading vlog. I would love to know if you guys have been reading any of the same books that I've been reading, or if you've read any of them in the past, or what you have been reading most recently. I would love to chat down below. Please like this video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more from my channel. But that's all I have for this video today. Bye, guys.